Okay. Is this right? Yeah, I think so. So this is a follow-up to that. Um, so this is Stopoff. This is the full final version of the map that I previously looked through a prototype of. Holy heck, this train is really loud outside. Is there no way I can make it easier on my computer for this? Am I in high power mode? Nope. That would explain why. Okay, so this is Stop Off. I spent not. I'd say I spent less time working on the full final version of this than how I'd spent my time on other maps. I'd really just focused on filling in details where I felt like there was stuff missing. So you can see I went overboard again with lots of little different details, trying to contextualize everything. But you know, there's different feelings that come across in each area. Like, you know, the feeling of entering this corridor really could have extended itself to the rest of this location here, but there's all these sort of different contrasting feelings. Like, there's some clean metal here, but some kind of wonky wood over here. There's floodlights, but then there's this old like panel with pipes and dripping red paint. You've got like valves and stuff here, but then there's like this weird structure that's trying to make it okay that this suddenly has to go in a little bit for so long. And there's like a skylight, there's the crane from the A site, this B site where you're looking over. You know, I put a lot of effort though into this, like adding in these displacement paintings, adding in decals, other sorts of models. Even some background buildings, like I think this is an old Dust 2 building or something. And heading out over here, you've got like all sorts of junk. You've got water, you've got sounds of the seaside with seagulls flying around. This boat that's hidden back here. And I don't know, I was proud of little details like the sun coming through just barely, these fences to paint like shadows onto this location. You know, just really minor details that did not add up to something that meant a lot in terms of gameplay or presentation, but details that I was happy with nonetheless. More quirks like this overlooking sniper spot, or this weird like side thing where you can like shoot people from really far away. This is yeah, there we go. Just such a strange angle. And yeah, this, it goes all the way through here. Wow, I added detail back here. This is T-spawn. No, sorry, this isn't T-spawn. This is outside long. Oh, I actually have radar names for each of these locations. Underpass, bomb site B, what is this? Side alley, cart, yellow, but like also like that's yellow, so it counts as yellow. You know, lots of weird stuff like that. This table and these crates for makeshift cover, because I realized there's just no cover for this kind of stuff, and it makes it awkward to like hug up as close as you can. I don't know. All these weird decisions I made with just making the area more claustrophobic and yet opening up these spaces a little bit more. Tried to add signage for like B if you're coming from the terrace spawn, which is over in this direction. But we've got the dock over here. I actually, oh wow, I added like a real like dock type thing and like a boat over here. I really wanted to keep the concept of walking around water, I wanted to keep the concept of walking around water in this corner, but without it feeling like you could step in, so I clipped it off. It's still something I think you can lose the bomb in. I got this ship, which is kind of like crashed into this hole for some reason and has planks sticking out which block your movements. And I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but anyway, it's here now. This is the main thing that CTs and Ts would fight, was sort of in this area, with CTs coming onto site and Ts coming in from their other side. This which used to be an alternate entrance for Ts on the site, I don't know, I think I moved it closer maybe, but now it's just got all these weird multi-purpose things attached to it. Like, I don't know, here's where T's spawn, which is with this other dock thing and these other very precariously placed like apartment buildings. Train props. I think I wanted this to be like a tarp covering up another boat that you couldn't see. I got a lighthouse in here with this down here. This messed up bot navigation so terribly. You can't enter this dumpster. I'm trying to remember if I ever fixed the lighting on this model or not, or if it's just now caused an issue. Yeah, no, I remember it looking like this. I don't think I ever fixed that issue. Tried to add more context and reasoning for why there's like a garden here, but like there's construction and it's blocking off the sightline of this sniper spot, so it's not totally omnipotent. But again, like now I've added a counter sniper spot to counter that one sniper spot. It makes perfect sense. It's beautiful. Ducks, you can't jump off of here. You are clipped in. You can barely even jump up above to see like the no clipped away location. You have to crouch to get in and out of this location. House, T-side upper. Oh. That took no effort. Amazing. I changed how this boost works. Yeah, this used to be a boost, and this used to be like a real space you could go into, but I've got this like huge drum here. There's just so much detail that really doesn't convey like what the space is supposed to be used for anyway. Like these shortcuts, but then I block them up with more props, and like in the detailing stage I made layout changes, but these layout changes weren't based on any testing yet. Like I was never brave enough to show this to anybody in the sense of trying to let them test it. I was very perfectionistic about trying to complete this. You know, I still got some good looking stuff out of it, like these barrels and boat. This, I guess some old dust tube props. You know, I think it looks decent from certain angles, as long as you don't look at it too hard. We got an elevator. I kept this ladder in here. Do you still take damage if you jump off it the wrong way? Yeah, you totally. Okay, it's not as much damage as it used to be, but still, it's not a good sign. This is that specific sniping spot. You can see how much ground it covers, like really essential stuff. Like when Ts are entering this area, you could kind of sit in here and sometimes get at them, but it was so hard to know what to do, and just, there was so much like pre-knowledge required. I put sandbags in here. I put this like cobble thing and this, just lots of very confusing different themes at once. I fixed this where at least now you can like go over the railing and the staircase kind of looks like it belongs somewhere, maybe in train or overpass. Scaffolding is this area, stairwell is this area, and electrical box is this area, but only this area because of this generator and this electrical box. A ramp, bomb site A. Just lots of different callouts for stuff that I thought was important, but again, just very situational. This location is still a thing. So going back to T-spawn, going the opposite way takes you to forklift. Like if you're not trying to go to a bomb site, you need somebody to help boost you up into here. Right, this detail, that's pretty funny. More pipes, and this is still forklift. I don't think you can even make your way through here. Oh no, you can crouch through. Okay, but this pipe stops you from being able to just walk out. But you can stand here and like guard weird angles. It's just a lot of weirdness going on. Got some holes. Oh, okay. So I did actually try to think a little bit about grenades and utility. Yeah, I tried to think about grenades and utility a little bit. Like, if you threw that through there, what does that cover up? This covers up the ramp, kind of. If you're more careful with it, maybe, or choose a different angle. You could drop in a flash in that area, or you could, like, throw smoke in. Oh, come on. Yeah, like that. Throw a smoke into CT spawn and mess them up. But again, this isn't the mission critical location. This is just a passing location. I don't even know why I added this sort of glass that you can see through to maybe like have fights inside a CT while people are rotating. Yeah. It's clear that some areas have a specific intention behind them, like this long A area where it still met my original vision pretty nicely. And I replaced the crates with like a wall that you can still bang and stuff. You can fall back into like a passage to the next bomb site. You know, I might actually keep that idea just in a way simplified form. Like in the same way that Dust 2 kind of exists as having this long A and this platform section. I want to think that I tried to do something that let you clear angles pretty nicely, but I don't think I really achieved that all the same. Like if I'm walking through here, or like I haven't played this game in so long. And then there's this little hidey hole that you can. It's called Secret. It's so bizarre. Like a little tiny bank, just chilling out over here. A truck where you've got a hole that goes nowhere. Got a water tower up there. More signs. Yeah. This is really the epitome of my level design style, which was I want to make some cool, weird, funky geometry, and I don't know how it's going to impact gameplay, and I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play that map with bots, and then I'm not going to ask other people to test it because I don't feel like comfortable or confident in it enough. You know, it's vulnerability, and I've spent so much time into this thing that I didn't really want other people to tell me that I had to redo anything. I just wanted to build it to my own standard, and to some degree, you know, that can be fine. Like, I totally made a lot of these maps with the expectation that I would kind of be the only person playing it, if not maybe some friends or something, but yeah, there's just a lot of weirdness that goes on with these maps and just the insane level of crammed detail into locations that it definitely feels misguided, if anything. I definitely think I learned a lot from making this map when I finally was like, okay, I've removed all dev textures, I've given each location like a radar name, I've tried to contextualize everything with something that looks appropriate to the location. I've added details that people won't notice unless they're no clipping, just so that it looks like more, like there was more intent behind it. But, you know, it feels still kind of mishmashy. At least I felt like I understood roughly where I wanted a setting to be, and I found some ways to keep it kind of tonally consistent, like this dock, this lighthouse, these boats. I kept the boat over here, and then T-Spawn has their own dock that's more of a loading dock. But then there's this, which reminds me of Dust 2, and then there's this, which reminds me of like Train. There's this, which, I don't know, feels like a CSS map. It was just, there's a lot to contend with and a lot of conflicting ideas that really made it difficult to just choose one direction. I think it was around this time I learned about vertical slices and the concept of just really establishing the theme of a map by creating a very small space where you're forced to focus on just the theme that you want to go for. And I think that would have helped me a lot, because it's clear to me that a lot of my love of making these maps was placing all the details and all the props and choosing interesting textures and aligning them, adding little like, you know, displacements, that sort of thing. But, you know, gameplay absolutely was only the foundations, and I did not work on my foundations much, and gameplay was not the driver of this map. But I wasn't a 3D modeler or a texture artist either, so this is kind of what I had to work with. So I think at this point I made a realization that I need to just kind of change how I do maps. Focus really hard on like gameplay that actually kind of plays good, and maybe ask some people to test it. Actually reach out to people and ask for playtesting and feedback. Encourage it, and not just sort of like post it and hope that somebody sees it, but like actually go out of my way to say like, hey, this needs feedback. I would really appreciate it if you gave me some feedback. So I'm gonna go move on to the next couple of maps, which definitely show that aspect a little bit better.